everybody, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Hooked on OC right here on WMDT TV 47, Sunday mornings at 7 o'clock. Full hour of everything we can bring you fishing wise, and this month it has been tough. March has been a real bummer. Nor'easter, 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 and another one coming. You can see the cloud cover starting right now, but we're going to try and get some fishing in for you so we can change up the show. We know you like new episodes. So what we've done is we've come to a local pond. I've got permission to fish. The crappie and the bass seem to be biting a little bit. And before this front comes in, it could be chewing. Gets me out of the house, gets me on the water, gets me with a bent rod. And anytime I can do that, I'm all for it. Got the light tackle stuff, bucket full of minis. Let's do this thing. See you in a second. Hooked on OC, we'll be right back.
Do you love fishing? Then Quiet Storm Surf Shop on the boardwalk at North Division Street is your fishing apparel go-to locale. Our newly expanded fishing section features Salt Life, Hook, Pelagic, Guy, Harvey, Under Armour, Salty Crew, Mad Hueys, and Patagonia. Of course, the largest selection of white marlin open tees anywhere. Quiet Storm Surf Shop on the boardwalk at North Division Street is your fishing apparel hotspot.
Call Spencer Yachts and Spencer Yachts Brokerage whether you are looking to build a new Spencer Sportfish or buy or sell a used Spencer or boat by any other builder. Spencer Yachts and Spencer Yachts Brokerage are the right choices for dependable and unbeatable customer service for all your Spencer needs. Building and selling custom outboards, express and sportfish yachts from our 26-foot center console to our 90-foot sport yacht. Call or email us today to become part of the Spencer family.
Sunset Marina is Ocean City's premier full-service marina resort. Sunset Marina is located just 5 minutes from the Ocean City Beach and Boardwalk. Sunset's charter fleet boasts the finest fleet of sport fishing boats in the Mid-Atlantic, all operated by Coast Guard licensed captains. One look at Sunset's amenities and you're hooked for good. Contact Sunset Marina today to book your fishing charter. Call 1-877-514-FISH. And now back for more Hooked on OC. Alright, so before we get started here, I'm going to show you a quick little rig. It's very simple. The kids can use it too. We're at a private pond that I've got permission to fish. It's got some bass and crappie and bluegills and stuff like that in it. And you can't tell from the weather today, but there's another nor'easter on the way. Tonight and tomorrow. It looks like it's going to last another 3 or 4 days. This March has been tough, but days like this, you have to take advantage of it. The kids are even in school. Hopefully, the weather holds out for this afternoon so we can bring them back here and see what's up, because it's an absolute blast catching some of these freshwater fish. But here's a very simple rig that we use. I tied directly to the braid that I've got on there. All right, this is one of my flounder setups. Got a small stainless steel freshwater hook. And look at this. I got to get my new glasses because I still can't see this. And very simply, fisherman's knot going to this hook. Go up. Maybe make 6 turns or so. Go back through the gap that you've made right above the eye of the hook. Pull it down. As simple as that. Alright? Give that a little trim. Don't want that line hanging all over the place. And that's it. That's sharp. That's it. So, goes to our main line. This could go directly back to the reel. And then what I want to do is I add a little split shot. I've got an 1/8 ounce split shot right down here, and I put it just above the line, maybe 2 or 3 inches above the line. Give it a little clamp so it stays in place. And what that'll do is once the bobber sits, these minnows are so big they'll swim way up to the surface. So this 1/8 ounce sinker will allow it to stay down here in the water level that I want it to be in, which is going to start off at about 3 feet deep or so. Got my big bobber here. This takes me back to when I was a kid bobber fishing. This is awesome. Slide that on here. Put the one clip in the bottom. Go back up to the top so it doesn't slide on you. That's locked in place. We'll start right about there. That's it, man. Any spinning rod will do. There's my bobber. There's my 3 feet of line. Split shot. There's my hook. We'll walk over here, get in place, put a live minnow on that bad boy, and see what's up.
Hooked on OC, we'll be right back.
There's nothing more exciting than a day of offshore sport fishing. The sun, the sea, and a boatload of your friends trying to land the big one. Ocean City Fishing Center is the area's #1 charter fleet with 37 boats sailing out every day looking for the big fish. Tuna, marlin, dolphin, and shark. Every crew that sails is dedicated to your excitement. And all our captains are licensed by the U.S. Coast Guard for your safety. Head boats are also available for family fishing fun. Whether your party is big or small, call Ocean City Fishing Center. Tight lines and good times.
Hey everybody, looking for what's going on in and around Ocean City? Pick up the Dispatch. 25,000 copies in over 200 locations all around Delmarva. And the Fishin' OC Fishing Report by yours truly with pictures from Dave Messick and some of the best captains in the biz. Pick it up.
Check out the savings with Racetrack Auto and Marine. We're your one-stop marine center on Route 589. Racetrack Marine is an authorized Yamaha, Century, and Montego Bay dealer. We broker and buy used boats and offer trailer sales and repair. Take advantage of our winterization stow and go packages and receive a $50 discount. Don't wait to buy your boat. Come see us now for boat show pricing. Racetrack Auto and Marine.
We believe the best light beer to have with friends is the original light beer. Always brewed with more taste, less calories, and half the carbs. Miller Lite. Hold true.
At Park Place Jewelers, we believe your true love should wear the brightest diamond in the room. But how do you choose when some diamonds differ in price by up to 70%? Park Place Jewelers is introducing the Bright Crystal Diamond, which is scientifically proven to be in the top 10% of the world's brightest natural diamonds. Come into Park Place Jewelers and let us show you how, from virtual reality to third-party validation and a GIA grading report, we will provide you with more buyer education and instill confidence in our customers that the Bright Crystal Diamond they are buying is a world-class diamond.
And now back for more Hooked on OC.
I lost him. This is tough. All right, so I got started here. And one of the tough things about this time of year, you got pluses and minuses. Obviously, one of the pluses is the foliage hasn't started to grow too much. You know, this little island that it's a submerged island where just the trees are sticking up out of the ground. That is prime habitat for all of these fish. Bluegill are in there eating the worms and things and grubs that fall out of the trees. The bass are in there eating the bluegill and the worms and things that falls out of the trees. And the crappie are over there too. Tough thing about it is, this time of the year, because of all the rain and precipitation we've had, all the thaw from the snows and things, this pond is flooded. So I've been pushed further away from it than I normally can fish it. And I gotta be right there in it. I've made 3 really good casts. I'm right there. And every time I do, I get a good bite. If I'm 5 feet on this side of it, nothing. So it's kind of tricky. I'm trying to cast underneath of the brush so I don't get snagged in any of the stuff hanging over the water. But I'm also trying to get it underneath there far enough where I can get into where these fish are and they're able to get a little bit further in there because all this stuff is flooded like it is. But it's March, man. It's beautiful out here. Not gonna last. Ooh, there's another good one. When the bobber's shaking around like that and it's doing that little boom, 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 that's probably my bait. But it's doing that for a reason. Once they get down there and they're hanging out for a little while, they kind of get comfortable and they just sit there and swim. But when it starts to do that, probably a predator around. Well, I don't know whether it's a turtle or a fish, but something's probably around. What I'm waiting for is for that bobber to start moving across the surface of the water, or even better, bloop, go underwater, because it goes underwater. That means something's got a hold of it good enough to pull that bobber underwater, and it's probably a decent fish. And with the minnows I'm using, it's probably going to be a crappie, bass, something of that category, because bluegills and things like that with a very small mouth are not going to be able to grab a hold of this minnow at the size he is and pull that bobber under at the same time. But it's tricky, man. I got to get that thing right into those trees. Otherwise, I'm not getting bites. And with this high water, it's a long distance cast. That's close. It might be about 5 feet outside of my target area, but I'm going to leave it for a minute because the other thing I don't want to do is I don't want to be casting in there and reeling out, casting in there, reeling out, casting. If you do that kind of thing, you're going to disrupt everything that's over there. And any fish that are over there hanging out waiting for a bite to eat are going to take off because of all the commotion. So I'm not going to continually cast in and out of there. I'll let it sit for a couple of minutes. And then if the cast isn't good enough or I feel like I've drifted out of that spot, I'll give it another go and try and get in there a little bit further. I'm catching something. You mark my words. Like I say, I've been throwing in there a little bit and hopefully I've spooked them. I've had 3 really good bites. Bloosh, bobber gone. Try to get tight on it and wasn't there. But he will be. Mark my words. All right, there is a little bit of a trick to this, and I've been trying to teach my son Ryan at this exact pond how to cast, and it'll get you a long way when you're out there fishing the Route 90 bridge like the last show when we were out there with Captain Jeff Coates. You always want to make a good cast because then you can pinpoint where you want your bait to land. So fishing around a place like this, it's even more important than when you're fishing at the Route 90 bridge or the Route 50 bridge or around the jetty, that kind of thing, because there's so much more structure. You could get lucky and miss your spot by 5 or 10 feet, and you're still going to be around a nice piece of structure. Here, I'm trying to get this into like the size of a hula hoop, and if I don't, I'm not getting that bite. But the way I do it is, it's nice to put it behind you. You hold the rod at about that angle, not a 45, that's too low. You're gonna, actually, if you've got a leader on there like I do, that's too low, you're gonna get snagged in the grass. That's kind of Ryan's problem once in a while. He holds it too low and he gets hung up in these trees and in the grass, and then wham, he lets it go and his hook's caught up behind him in the grass. So hold it in between 90 and 45, and then with one fell motion, my finger on the line here, with my finger holding the line there and the bail already open, with one motion, boom, give a whip and let it go at the same angle at the top of the arc. So you're only going, it's like a golf swing almost, except you're doing it in reverse. You're doing it up here rather than down here. You start at this angle, go about the other side on the other side of the 90 degrees, and bam, that's where you let it go, and it's going to give a nice arc to get it where you want it to go. And that's on a long cast. If you're trying to get it underneath something where you gotta, you know, fling it underneath structure or something like that, that's a totally different story. But I'm just trying to get some distance out of this and have it land underneath those branches and things. And it's as good as I can cast this thing, I'm not getting exactly in the spot that I want to because I'm so far away and because there's branches hanging over there. But I'm gonna get a bite. I'm gonna catch a fish. And you're gonna see it.
Hooked on OC, we'll be right back. Are you looking for the best crabs on this side of the Chesapeake Bay? Then head on over to Crabs to Go on the corner of Route 50 and 589. For over 20 years, Crabs to Go has been bringing you the fattest, tastiest crabs on the Eastern Shore, available by the bushel or by the dozen. We also offer a full menu including shrimp, clams, oysters, scallops, lobster tails, crab meat, and soft crabs. Call ahead for fast, hot carry-out. Or stop by for our homemade crab cakes, soups, and salads. This is where the locals come. Crabs to Go, Routes 50 and 589, West Ocean City. For over 50 years, the Oceanic Pier has been one of Ocean City's favorite fishing spots. There's no need for a license, and we have on-site rod rentals, bait, and tackle. Come and go as you please for 12 hours for just $8 a person. The Oceanic Pier is on the inlet in downtown Ocean City.
This summer, why not bring your staff, your office, your team, or your organization for an unforgettable day of fun at Jolly Roger Amusement Park. 35 acres of some of the best rides, attractions, and amusements right here in Ocean City, Maryland. Splash Mountain Water Park, miniature golf, amusement rides, and the East Coast's largest go-kart track, Speed World. So for a great day of fun, call Dean Langrel at Jolly Roger Group Sales and let him put together a package to fit your needs and your budget.
Did you know you can bring in your prescription to An Optical Galleria? Did you know An Optical Galleria has a lab and makes glasses right here in OC? Did you know An Optical Galleria is an authorized Costa RX dealer? It's simple. An Optical Galleria can help you see. Make An Optical Galleria your destination for eyewear.
Atlantic Tackle. We know fishing. Atlantic Tackle is the Mid-Atlantic's most complete tackle store, showcasing a huge selection of rods and reels, bait and tackle, artificial lures and leads, apparel and eyewear from industry leaders like Connolly Fishing, Versatech, Bait Masters, Costa, Pelagic, Hook, Sperry, Mojo, and Yeti. Stop by Atlantic Tackle on Sunset Avenue across from Sunset Grill or visit us online at atlantictackle.com.
And now back for more Hooked on OC.
One of the problems with the midday bite like this is that the sun angle, it's 12 o'clock. All right, you can see here on my reactor watch from Park Place Jewelers. But the sun angle's really high, so it's coming straight down on the pond, and it's shadowy on this side of the pond, and it's more sun on that side of the pond. This time of the year, they might actually prefer the sunny side of the pond. So what I'm gonna do is, as I work my way around, I'll see if I get more bites on the sunny side of the pond, because the water temperature is still really cool in March, and it may be warmed up a little bit better on that other side. So sun angle really plays a part too. And fish like to eat in the morning and at night. This time of the year they can get a little bit more active during the day because the sun warms the water up. But generally speaking, they're gonna eat first thing in the morning and then last thing before the sun goes down. I think I know the reason why I haven't been able to set the hook. Because it's these little jokers. Yes, sir. That's what's going on. It's these little crappie. And I finally got a good cast, and I sent it out there right off of those trees. And this little boy was in there hanging out eating these minnows. And if you take a look at him, you remember our show from the Pocomoke River with Captain Brian Behe. That's a quality crappie. Yes, that's probably the biggest fish. This fish would have been bigger than anything we caught on the Pocomoke River that day. And that has nothing to say against Brian, but that's how these ponds can really produce some nice fish. That's a slab crappie. If I was keeping these fish, I could get a nice little fillet off of him and pan fry him if I felt like it. But we're on private land. Folks don't want us doing that, and we're definitely not going to because of that. They're nice enough to let us come out here and have some fun. And that's what it's about. I told you I was going to catch one. Told you. All right, here he goes, going back. Other way, buddy. Now he's taking a nap in the grass. Must have tired him out. There he goes. Get going, partner.
Is he gone?
There he is. He's stuck down in the grass. There he goes. All right, so what I did was, remember from how I had it before, I had the bobber set at about 3 feet, and that's about right here. So I moved it about 10 inches up. I'm not measuring it or anything, but approximately. And sure enough, the very first cast, I get it in there over those trees, I catch the fish this time. So let's try it again. Talking about nature again. Talking about nature again. That was a plunging bobber disappearance.
What'd you do wrong?
You gotta be paying attention. That's what I did wrong. I wasn't paying attention. I was sitting here talking about why this pond, there's some noise coming from the control room that this pond might not have as many fish in it because there's no eagle's nests around. So I was trying to explain that the fish get smart too. Just because there's no eagle's nests around doesn't mean there's no fish in here. The fish are not up on the surface just cruising around and waiting to get eaten by an eagle. That's why they're over in this stuff. They're over there hiding in these branches and trees and everything. It's over there where an eagle can't get to them. And sure enough, I throw right in there the beautiful cast, probably one of my best ones all day, and I'm trying to explain that to our producer, and bloosh, bobber disappears and I'm not paying attention, miss the fish. So, point being, don't talk about eagles when you're fishing. That was a good one. It was like kaboosh, gone.
You said control room.
I know.
Hooked on OC, we'll be right back. We catch a lot of fish here at Hooked on OC, and my JPR custom rods are nothing but the best. Some of the finest inshore, offshore, casting, spinning, and trolling rods on the planet today. Custom rods, custom logos, all at unbeatable prices. Go to jprrods.com.
I was used for an oil change.
Someone used me to renew their license.
To help the in-laws move.
I was used for traffic court.
If we're not used in the next month,
we're going to expire.
Come on, people! Don't your vacation days deserve better? Treat them right with a week in Ocean City, Maryland. Enjoy 10 miles of free beach, great places to stay, and a fun-filled boardwalk. Visit OCOcean.com and don't miss free family events like 100 Nights of Lights.
Chesapeake Tax and Financial Services is your one-stop financial shop. Need your personal, business, or estate taxes done? We can do that. Need help with financial planning and investing? We can do that. How about accounting or payroll services? We can do that too.
Arctic Heating and Air Conditioning is your #1 source for all your heating and air conditioning needs. Family owned and operated since 1982, we service the Maryland and Delaware beaches and surrounding areas, providing new installation, repair, and maintenance of equipment, as well as healthy air, with indoor air quality products and building science solutions, giving your home the healthy environment you and your family deserve. Contact us, and our team of highly trained professionals will provide the quality and care that makes Arctic the best company for you.
North Bay Marina has your new boat in stock and ready for delivery. Pontoon boats with industry-leading 27-inch diameter pontoons that are engineered for comfort and versatility. They're perfect for family fishing, wakeboarding, or sunset cruising. North Bay also has a huge selection of fishing boats to get you to your favorite fishing spot in style. And the North Bay Service Department can handle any repair, including on-site fiberglass. Get on board for fun at North Bay Marina, Route 54, just west of Fenwick Island. And now back for more Hooked on OC. Oh! Talk about a good cast. That thing barely had hit the water and it must have landed on one's head. It feels like the same kind of fish. This is either a small bass or another crappie. And usually where there's one, there's another one. Boom! Sure enough, look at that. That is cool, man. Super cool. All right, so once again, the control room told me that during that last fish, I said, oh, now I know why I'm not hooking these fish, and then neglected to say why I wasn't hooking the fish. And to be more specific about that, the reason being that is these fish have a really, really soft mouth. A lot of times what they'll do is they'll grab a hold of that minnow, and then they'll swim away with it. And before the hook gets into their mouth, the bobber will go underwater, and then you will kind of prematurely try and set the hook. You don't have to set the hook. We were rock fishing, you got to set the hook. When you're doing this with these guys, you just want that bobber to kind of go and then disappear and then just slowly start reeling. Kind of like you're hooking a white marlin, but much smaller fish. That's a beautiful crappie, man. And he's out there on some kind of muddy bottom. You can see how dark he is underneath here. He's probably right up in those trees, and those roots and things that are exposed underwater get really, really dark. That's awesome. Catch another one.
The control room has a lot of comments today.
All right, I want to show you. So, now I think I've found them. Famous last words. Right off this point here, and I want you to turn and look. Right off this point here, you can see that downed tree with just the skinny branches sticking up out of the water, and then the tree right next to it with the overhanging branch. Every time I've gotten it in there, I've gotten a good bite. I've caught 2 fish out of there. So I'm going to try and get it in there right away. The last one, the bobber barely hit the water. The minnow had sunk and boom, it was gone. So it was right on the fish. Let's see if we can do it again. Not far enough. Leave it sit for a second. So I missed my mark. I was telling you before, if I'm 5 or 10 feet this side of it, I'm not in there. Those fish are probably not going to come out that far, even if they see something enticing to get out and eat. They're not going to come out that far. This time of the year, the water's chilly. They're not that active. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it in and try and get it as close as I can to that bush as possible without getting it in the bush. All right, I'm all right with that one.
That's even a little further out than I'd like it, but you can probably get good perspective on that. Dave, if you turn that around, you can see that's probably 6 or 8 feet from the last branch. And even though the tree or branch is down there, there's more toward us. It's probably not right in the tree. So the fish are in the tree. They're hanging out in the tree, so I need to be right on top of it. It's tricky, man. It's a tough cast. You got to throw this thing, and it's lopsided, so the bobber's pulling one way, and then the split shot on the other end is kind of making it wobble as it goes out there. It's a tough cast to get it where you want it to go. These stupid blackbirds the whole time we've been here. Gave a challenge to my cameraman. Dave Messick is back there right now, and I gave him a challenge. I was going to try and do this in one shot.
You gave yourself a challenge.
I want you folks to see this happen real time. And I'll be if I can get it on the spot. Oh, I did it. Stay on there, brother. Stay on there, brother. No, he's right there. That counts. All right, that's a good time to take us to a break. Guess what? I just got the phone call. My new glasses are in. These are going to be on standby. So let's go check out what's going on at Optical Galleria. I'm going to pick up my new Prescript glasses, and we'll be back in just a second.
Hooked on OC, we'll be right back. One of the shore's best kept secrets is a secret no more. Ocean Pines Golf and Country Club is home to the only Robert Trent Jones Sr. Championship golf course on the Eastern Shore. Ocean Pines is set amongst natural wetlands and scenic woodlands, making it a must-play. Experience golf as it was meant to be played. Call 410-641-6057 or visit us online at oceanpinesgolf.org to book your tee time today. Fenwick Bait and Tackle, located in Fenwick Island, Delaware, has everything you need for inshore fishing. They also have a full line of live, fresh, and frozen bait, and all your supplies for crabbing and clamming. Fenwick Tackle is located just over the Maryland-Delaware line in tax-free Fenwick Island, Delaware. When it comes to offshore fishing equipment, Okaya means value, like the 80 offshore combo for $730 and the 50 offshore combo for $530. Call Sophia at 443-880-2222 or check them out at okaya.com.
At Arctic Heating and Air Conditioning, if you buy an air conditioner or a heat pump, we'll give you an air handler or furnace for only $628. Upgrade to a 16-SEER system, get a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. But act fast, supplies are limited.
And now back for more Hooked on OC.
Okay, hey, it's Bob at An Optical Galleria. Got Scott Lenox here.
That's usually my line.
There you go. But we're going to fix him up with a new pair of glasses because I'm tired of looking at that glare on his lenses, okay? So here's the deal. Put that back on just for a second, Scott. Okay. Look straight in the camera there. You see all the glare on those lenses? Okay? That also bothers you when you're driving at night, okay? And when you're doing computer work. So we're going to fix him up with a pair of glasses that are going to look exactly like that, okay? No reflection, night driving fantastic, more scratch resistant, and when that good-looking mug's on TV, oh my God, you're going to see right through to his eyes. So that's going to be fantastic. And it's better for that end. You don't get the reflection coming back into your eye. On top of that, this spring he's going to be sporting some new polarized prescription Costa Del Mars, okay? Not saying that he's old, but he needs the progressive lens. So we're also going to include the distance polarized. He'll be able to drop his eyes down, see his reading, check his notes, see who's calling him, tie a knot, catch some fish, okay? And also when he's looking at his GPS at this distance here, all he's got to do is tip his head up or down a little bit, and that's going to come into perfect focus.
Same,
okay?
basically same lens prescription here as in these.
The lens he's going to get in here has got a fantastic Verilux X design progressive with a sapphire 360 anti-reflective coating, less distortion. I've got them in here. They're also going to be transitioned, so when he's out doing shots in the day, it's going to get nice and dark for him. Okay, not going to be polarized. That's why you still need the polarized lenses.
Right.
So coming up in a couple episodes, you're going to see this man looking good.
Sweet. I knew where to get them. Optical Galleria, West Ocean City.
You got it.
Thanks, brother.
You're welcome.
Hooked on OC. We'll be right back.
One and only rebel child from a family meek and mild. My mama seemed to know what lay in store. Despite all my Sunday learning, towards the bad I kept on turning, till mama couldn't hold me anymore. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one would treat me right. Mama tried, mama tried.
Red Sun Custom Apparel is Ocean City's leader in t-shirts, embroidery, and promotional products. Simply put, the best graphics you'll see anywhere. Call Red Sun today at 302-988-8300.
Quiet Storm, Maryland's largest surf shop. 32,000 square feet of the best selection of all the top surf brands, featuring Billabong, Ruka, Hurley, Volcom, O'Neill, Rip Curl, and many more. Quiet Storm Surf Shop has the best selection of board shorts for your next trip to the beach or woven shirts for your next barbecue. Quiet Storm is the largest surf shop in Maryland, Virginia, and Delaware. On the boardwalk at North Division Street.
Pedal to pedal.
And now back for more Hooked on OC.
Do you mean like just white crappie fish in the spring?
Yeah, like when they breed or something like that. Ooh, I like that. Sure enough. There he goes. He's taking it, he's taking it, he's taking it. Got him on. Man, I love this kind of stuff. I'm going to tell you something. We just got back. Look at this bad boy. Whoa, bro. That is a nice fish. Look at this. Boom. Those are beautiful specimens, man. These fish will feed all winter long as the water temperature turns up a little bit. And like I said a couple of minutes ago, they're eating worms, they're eating smaller fish. They're eating live minnows, obviously, that's what I'm using. And these are your regular old mummy chugs. Get them at your local tackle shop. Same fish that will go into the bay, catch flounder and stuff. I don't know what it is about them, but the gill system on a minnow, a mummy chug, will live in salt water and in fresh water. We got to call Jim Crawl over to Stephen Decatur High School, my good buddy, and talk to him about how the minnow can survive in both of those water types. But that's super awesome, and this is fun, and I figured it out. They're right off of that tree. Put a lively minnow on, and if I get it close enough to that tree, I get a bite pretty much every time. And now they're easier to see. Check these bad boys out. Tell you what, Bob was exactly right. You might notice, I can't because I'm on the other side of them, but no glare. Transition lenses, so I come outside and there's some sunshine. They turn into sunglasses as well. And, hon, how they look?
They look great.
And they look great. Optical Galleria, if you need them, they do them. Go see Chris. I got my prescription coasters coming next week. Can't wait to get those. But in the meantime, I'm crappie fishing!
That minnow might be too dead. We'll see in a second. If you've noticed on the last 3 fish, and you might not have because sometimes my cameraman's a little slow, but the bobber is boom going down fast. Not the like real gradual kind of and then going down where he's hooking himself. It's a really aggressive boosh and just disappears. And when I reel the slack out of the line and finally get up to it, boom, it pops up and I've lost it. I think that's because the bobber is pulling against the fish trying to set the hook on that aggressive bite, and he might not have the hook in his mouth. So that's fishing. Get into the zone. There it is too. Got one, picked it up. Come on, get on it. Get on it. Red farts! Yep. Filth, Florin! Filth! Got him! Oh! That's tough to hook. You can see, not sure if you got it over there quick enough, but you can see that bobber kind of starting to do this and it was starting to go down. I may have pulled too early, but the bobber will actually act as a deterrent to hooking the fish. Just like when you're trolling offshore, if you're using a bird, I'll give you an example. You're using a bird in a green machine. Because these things float, they're adding resistance to the hook going in the fish's mouth. And that's not a good thing all the time. But if you take your time, let the fish hook itself sometimes, you're gonna have better luck. There was one on there, there was one on there. That's the spot, man. Once you find them, you find them. I'm getting bites every single time I can put the cast off that tree. Now I'm having a difficult time hooking them because, honestly, I'm getting a little too excited. Ooh, get on that. There's one. Get out of there. There he is. Yeah, skate him to the surface, bro. He's waterboarding. Right, look at that, another nice fish. There we go. How about that? These crappie are really, really nice. Starting to come alive too. Now, which one is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You call that 7? Well, if it's 7, it's a black crappie. If you don't count that one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a white crappie. I'm going with black crappie. Although he's got a really good pattern on him, so it might be a white crappie. I don't know, who knows. Anyway, see how black he is down here? He's spawning. So I think that's why those fish are up in this cover, in this shallow water. The males get real dark on the bottom here. Combine that with the fact that the cover he's hanging out in, he's gonna be really dark. Really beautiful green up top here. Awesome fish. Any one of these fish we could have filleted off and had a really nice fish fry, and freshwater fish are pretty delicious eating. They don't taste like much, but if you season them right, they're real crisp, real nice flavor to them. And these ponds all over Worcester County have got all kinds of stuff like this in them. You've got the ponds down there at Pocomoke River State Forest and Shad Landing. Ocean Pines is full of ponds. If it's on public property, make sure you get your license. You need a freshwater fishing license to do this kind of thing. Anybody that's 16 or younger, you don't need a freshwater fishing license. So if you want to bring the kids and do it, don't worry about them. But if you're an adult, you do have to have a freshwater fishing license for Maryland, and it is different and separate from the Bay and Coastal Sport Fish license that we're used to getting over here for the backside of Ocean City, fishing for flounder and that sort of thing. But just another way to explore Worcester County and discover its wonders.
Hooked on OC, we'll be right back.
up? Jolly, my man. Hey, gonna give you a heads up, or ears up, on a great deal for your personal holiday, Easter.
You've got something special for me, JR?
Hey, no, well, not just for you, but now through March 29th, anyone can get 25% off all our 2018 passes online.
Whoa, how's that, JR?
Hey, just go to our website and use the code JOLLYBEAD for 25% off all passes.
That's what I want in my Easter basket.
Sunset Provisions has everything you need for a day on the water, including groceries and snacks, marine supplies, apparel for every season, ice, sodas, beer and wine, inshore and offshore tackle, Costa sunglasses, Bait Masters Tournament whining ballyhoo, and the best live bait selection in town. Call Sunset Provisions at 410-213-0081 or stop by just inside the west entrance of Sunset Marina in West Ocean City.
Hey everybody, Dean Langrel here with Jolly Roger himself, Steve Pastersack, and of course the Easter Bunny.
And we have a special shout out to our friend John Garrick. We want to say Happy Easter.
Yeah!
And now back for more Hooked on OC.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. We have reached the time of the show where we're going to give you the angler's advantage. Today we're in front of Sunset Provisions. I'm with my buddy Brian Tinkler.
Good to see you,
Brian,
Scott.
what's up, man? Great to see you too.
Good seeing you.
With all this great weather we're starting to experience in February, March is right around the corner. People are going to start thinking putting the boat in the water, and we want to talk about bottom paint. You got zincs to put on, all sorts of supplies for maintenance, wax and that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
You guys have it all here.
Really excited to give you guys a quick tour of the store and show you how we've expanded the product line. We've got multiple brands, multiple types of paint in there, and pretty much everything for every price point out there, from the top of the line, high quality paint to a more base entry level paint.
Different applications too, we're going to talk about.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right, well let's take a look. All right, so one of the first things people think about before the splash in the spring is bottom paint, and this is impressive. You know, normally during the season it's fishing gear and marine supplies and that sort of thing, but come spring it's all bottom paint up here, and this is impressive. You got several lines, all kinds of different products. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I venture to say we have the widest selection on Delmarva by far. Yeah, and you know, we have a wide selection and deep stock, so there's product here for, like I said, for every selection. Standing in front of the Pettit paints right now. We carry Pettit Vivid, Pettit Black Widow, which is new to the market this year, and can't forget the Pontoon Pro.
I just noticed that when we walked in here. Tell me a little bit about that.
For the minivan of the sea.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Pontoon Pro, and actually Alumahawk we have is also from Seahawk, but those paints are specifically designed for aluminum boats, and they won't create the corrosion issue. You don't need the barrier coats and everything that we do with some of the other paints.
Boats that stay in the water.
Yeah, or you know, fiberglass boats versus aluminum boats. You need to be conscious of what the copper content is in the paint, and it doesn't have a corrosive effect on the aluminum boats. But those paints are specifically designed for the pontoon vessel.
Okay, very cool. Seahawk. Seeing everybody switching into Seahawk.
Yeah, we picked up Seahawk paints last year. Seahawk has a wide selection of paints. Their highest quality is the BioCop that all the Carolina builders have gone to now, and we carry 6 different colors of the BioCop. We also have the Q-Coat and the Smart Solution, and then, as I mentioned before, the Alumahawk paint, which is again either for John boats or pontoon boats.
Okay. And then last but not least, Interlux. That was kind of the mainstay when I was at Provisions. It's really all we carried, but now this is all marine supply store. That's just kind of one of the brands.
Yeah, Interlux I think is probably one of the most recognizable bottom paints out there. Yep. And we carry basically every variety and flavor that they have to offer in gallons and quarts. And there again, we have a wide selection of colors, backstock, and in addition to the Interlux paints, to compete with our neighboring facility up the street there, we have Nautical Pro Guard, which is a kind of an off-brand. It's actually made by Interlux paints as well. It's a quality paint that doesn't carry kind of the fanfare and everything that our Interlux product
doesn't
might.
hit the pocketbook quite as hard.
It's not nearly as hard.
And speaking of pocketbook, they've got a great rebate here at Interlux.
Yeah, Interlux stepped up to the plate for us and is offering a rebate program that's available right here through the store. You just mail in your receipt with the rebate card, and they'll send you your check in the mail.
They've got it listed here right on the counter. Provisions. It's $5 per quart on a couple of brands, $10 per gallon on a couple of different, and $20 per gallon if you buy the right brand. That's going to be your CSCs, Micron Extras, that sort of thing. But that is well worth the rebate if you're getting $20 a gallon. That's 10% in some of these. Yeah. All right, so we got the bottom all painted, ready to go, but a lot of people don't know that, some don't realize that more than just the bottom of the boat is susceptible to growth when the boat sits in the water for a while. So you guys, full line of zincs and all that sort of thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. One thing to keep in mind as far as propellers, shafts, running gear, and everything, they really haven't come up with a good technique to apply bottom paints to that. Right. I mean, they're not compatible with the metals and everything.
And if it sits, it's going to grow.
Oh, yeah. And as far as performance goes, if you get a fouled wheel, that dramatically impacts the performance of the boat. So some things you can do to protect yourself for that going forward in the summer is we have Prop Speed. That's a top-of-the-line product application that goes directly on the shafts and props, stays for the entire season, does a great job with anti-fouling properties. Or we also have a prop coat by Pettit. That's a less expensive option. Doesn't look as pretty and everything, but it does a very effective job in preventing that growth on shafts, props, trim tabs, and everything else. In addition to looking after the props and the running gear and everything, it's a great time of the year to think about the zincs on the bottom of the boat. We carry the shaft zincs, all sizes from 3/4 of an inch right up to 3 inches. We carry rudder zincs, same thing from 2 inches in diameter up to about 6 inches in diameter.
Wow.
And in addition to that, there's a number of different size zincs, diver plate zincs or anything that are typically attached to the bonding system of the boat. So they're really the most important of all the zincs.
Yeah.
And we carry a wide variety and selection of those zincs as well. And the final thing to consider about zincs before you're going in the water in the spring, a lot of people don't think of through the course of the year, particularly boat people that don't have a great deal of experience with boats, is on straight inboard boats that have straight inboard engines and or generators on the boat are the zincs that are in the motors themselves. They're called pencil zincs. Typically go in, they go in a heat exchanger. Sometimes in the block there'll be 1 or 2 of them in there, but many times they're overlooked, and that electrolysis can eat up the inside of a raw water side of the motor if they're not maintained properly.
I think a lot of people think electrolysis is just my boat. Let's make sure my boat's taken care of and everything outside the hull, as long as I'm good there, which is not the case. You could have a neighbor 3 slips down that's got something going on, and that might affect your boat. So you want to make sure everything's covered. And the other thing that we want to do before we're putting the boat in the water is wax, wash, metal, all that sort of thing. You guys have a full line of stuff here. More than you could even think about, actually.
Yeah, we have a tremendous selection of cosmetic care products, whether your boat's a painted boat, gel coat boat, you know, if it's a new boat or an older boat, whether or not you're going to need to introduce compound to bring the boat back if it's been a couple of years since it's had that type of care. Everything you need here, polishing wheels, metal polish, brighteners, teak care products. Wow. Anything you might need is right here to take care of your boat.
Let's take a look at some specifics. All right, cool. All right, you certainly weren't lying. This is a pretty extensive selection of all things marine supplies, top to bottom, waxes.
Absolutely. We got everything here from kind of entry-level baseline stuff that somebody might do on a 20-year-old you know, family boat or something, right up to something you might use on a $10 million custom boat.
Wow. Yeah, this is impressive. So I'm getting my skiff ready. I'm talking, I need metal, polish, I need wax for the side. Now's a perfect time to do all that.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah. And another thing a lot of people overlook is like the isinglass and canvas and everything. It's a great time of the year. You know, really clean that stuff well and protect it, because more than anything, you know, the deterioration occurs because whether it's the isinglass or gel coat or the metals, if they don't have you know, something on there to protect them from the salt and the UV light and everything, then that's when you're going to see problems.
It's going to show wear.
And it's going to show wear faster than it needs to.
This stuff is in the middle of the store, about halfway back over on the east side of the store. You can see out the window here, a beautiful view of the marina out the window. And some of this stuff you're going to actually want to use on the boat before you put the bottom paint on it. This is the area of the store. You also have the stuff for, you know, acid magic and things that you're going to want to use to clean barnacles and things like that before you prep the bottom.
Acid magic in the store, barnacle buster. We have a descaler for anybody that needs to service their heat exchangers, or descalers also work well on like calcified hoses and everything.
Gotcha, yep.
A lot of people don't understand over the years, as that calcium builds up in the inside of the hose and everything, you can reduce the diameter of the hose dramatically, and it affects, you know, anything from the operation of a head or an AC system and everything. Yes.
So you'd rather do maintenance beforehand than
absolutely
repair hoses and fix them before.
Great time of the year to pop a hose clamp off, have a look inside the hose, see what's going on there. We offer a full line of hose and hose clamps as well. If any of those look fatigued or aged or anything, you know, before the boat goes back in the water, it's the time to make those changes.
And worst case scenario, something has gone wrong with one of those things, you've either got it here in Provisions, or you've got catalogs galore where you can order hoses and clamps.
Yeah, anything that we don't have available in the store, typically we can have the next day with no shipping charges or anything. We're exceedingly competitive with online stores or big box stores or anything. And you get the hands-on experience and everything of knowing the people you're working with.
Well, you know, when I need something for the skiff, I'm here. It's super convenient to get where I'm working on the boat at the in-laws house. And if I'm fishing and I need something to do on the top side, it's right here for bait and all that kind of thing too. Let's get someplace comfortable and give people contact info. What do you think?
You got it.
All right, man. Thanks again.
Appreciate you coming by.
Skip and the crew are doing a tremendous job in here. It looks fantastic. Summertime, you know, I'm getting minnows and stuff out here, but this time of year, people really need to know about what else you have. And there's a lot of it. Paint, prep work for the bottom before you put the paint on, topside stuff, waxes,
zincs,
polishes, metals underneath, all that sort of thing.
Yeah, we've got a great, you know, crew here that, you know, if you're not exactly sure what you want or how to apply it or anything, they can help you out with that and point you in the right direction.
Which paint do I need for this application?
Right.
Yeah, that stuff goes a long way. So telephone number, contact info, how do people get in touch with you?
Telephone number 410-213-0081. And we're just getting ready to transition to our spring hours. So
those will be updated.
Absolutely.
Check that out right here. Spring hours right here. How's that? That's an easy one for us to do in the TV world. Brian, thanks again, man.
Thank you.
Great seeing you. We'll see you again. Listen, we're doing the Angler's Advantage every single show, all right? You never know whether it's coming here from Sunset Provisions or up the street at Atlantic Tackle, where they've got all of the bait and tackle that you could ever think of. Dr. D upstairs is still taking reels, so get over there and drop them off, all right? Not much time left. Spring is right around the corner. This warm weather in February. We got March. We'll probably have the lion come back in for a little while. That's how he works. But fishing is right around the corner. We'll be right back in just a second with a little bit more Hooked on OC. We'll see you then.
Hooked on OC. We'll be right back. At Spencer Yachts, your ideas can become a reality in a sport fishing yacht unequaled in style, performance, and value. Spencer Yachts has taken the Carolina style and tradition of boat building with a unique look and transformed it into a world-class, high-performance sport fishing yacht. Check out Spencer Yachts currently for sale and all other sport fishing yachts available for sale with Spencer Yachts Brokerage at SpencerYachtsInc.com. Red Sun Custom Apparel is Ocean City's leader in t-shirts, embroidery, and promotional products. Simply put, the best graphics you'll see anywhere. Call Red Sun today at 302-988-8300.
Meet, touch, hear, and see creatures from across the Eastern Shore and beyond at the Delmarva Discovery Center and Museum, located in downtown Pocomoke City. Experience a variety of interactive and hands-on exhibits for people of all ages. See our newest attraction, the Wally Gordon River Otter exhibit, featuring Mac and Tuck, 2 North American river otters with live programming daily. For more information, visit delmarvadiscoverycenter.org. The Delmarva Discovery Center and Museum is a registered nonprofit and appreciates the support of the community.
And now back for more Hooked on OC. All right, so as you can see, things around here are starting to come to life. Take a look around right now. We started beautiful sunshine, a little bit of cloud cover here and there coming and going, but now this nor'easter is starting to show its ugly head. I don't think we're going to be able to pick the kids up and bring them out this afternoon. It looks like it's supposed to turn over to the rain and wind and everything that's forecast for our 4th nor'easter in a row. March has stunk pretty bad. Get out there catching rockfish with Jeff Coates thinking it's about to blow up. Brian Behe puts us on some crappie on the Pocomoke River, gets super excited, and then March shows up, and it has been a bummer. But as you can see, the weather's getting straight, it's warming up all the time. Hopefully by the time that this show comes out, we're going to be into April, and the weather's going to be straightening out. But get out there on the nice days, get the kids fishing, find a local pond like this if you can. Ocean Ponds is full of them. Like I said, there are some ponds down there at Shad Landing around the Pocomoke River. You can fish all around the Pocomoke River too, even from the docks right there at the drop-in at Shad Landing. So give it a shot, get out and enjoy the outdoors. Have the kids walk the trails and everything that are here in Worcester County, find some cool stuff like this, like we found today walking around while we weren't fishing. Really neat opportunities all around the county and all around our area. If you want more information on how to get a hold of some of these things and fish some of these ponds, go to beachandbeyond.org. That's the Worcester County website for how you can get out there and find all there is to discover in our county. And stay tuned for another episode of Hooked on OC next time. I think we're going to head out with Eric. We're going to do some perch fishing over on the Nanticoke River. Looking for an awesome time. After that, it's probably down to Wadger Creek with Captain Brian Behe on the Buffalo Hunter. Until then, I will see you next time.